This is Dino Siervo for Oak Hill Sports. We're here joined by legendary Coach Steve Smith. How are you doing, Coach?
Doing fine, thank you.
Well, that's wonderful. So we're joined here by the 4-time National Coach of the Year and a 9-time National Champion. And I just got to ask you, how's retirement treating you? You retired last year. I know I've seen you doing a little bit of golfing. How's that going?
It's going pretty well. Weather's not good right now, so I can't play much golf. But I played in December down at Phoenix in L.A. It's some of the NIBC events, so I got to play a little bit. I'll play probably another month when it warms up a little bit.
Yeah.
Retirement's good, dog. I get to see my grandkids, and we're building a house down in the Nashville area. I'm going to keep my house here, so I can go back and forth.
That's nice. That's nice. You mentioned you were at a couple NIBC games.
Yeah.
We've seen you with Carmelo's son and LeBron's son. You were at that game, been at a couple other tournaments. How involved are you still in high school basketball, even after your retirement?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay involved because I miss it a little bit. I miss the games and the practices and hanging with the team, hanging with the coaches. And I don't miss the other stuff, but I do miss that part of it. And but I get to be involved. I'm kind of a consultant with Rashid Ghazi, who's running the NIBC, and he runs all the games on ESPN, the G.O.A.T, for all the sports. He does lacrosse and football, basketball, girls basketball. So just trying to help out any way I can, and I get to see Oak Hill play on the road a lot that way.
Yeah, you're talking about, you definitely miss some of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't miss those huge long car rides.
No, I don't miss it.
Well,
I do miss some of the road trips, though, when we travel and got to play, big games.
Yeah.
So I took a lot of pride in our teams played on the road.
Yeah. Always a fun time, those road trips. But you coached 35 McDonald's All-Americans, and McDonald's just released their All-Americans list this week. What was, if you coaching 35, that's a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
If you had to make an all-time starting five Oak Hill, who would you have on that team?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I'd start with Rod Strickland because he was like our first big-time player back in the early 80s. And he played 17 years in the NBA, and he was an All-American. He was an NBA All-Star.
Coach at Long Island, right?
Yeah, he's head coach at Long Island now. So you got to put him on there. And then we had some guys. Rondo was really good. He's a point guard. We've had 10 point guards playing the NBA, so it's tough to pick one or two guys in front of everybody else. But Ty Lawson was a great guard. Of course, Carmelo, KD, those guys stand out. Josh Smith. We had 2 Naismith Award winners, Brandon Jennings and Ron Mercer. So you got to put, I'd say 10 guys more than 5.
All right. We'll give 10 guys, 10-guy roster.
I probably named about 8 or 9 already, so I don't want to name too many guys. I'll leave guys out.
Yeah, that's a huge amount of talent there. 35 All-Americans. That's a record in all of high school sports.
I saw a list this morning. We had 35, and the next closest team had 14. Montverde had 14. I think DeMatha had 12. So we've had 3 times as many. As the second. The team that's had the second most guys.
Yeah, the history of this program. I mean, you spent so long here building such a winning culture. It's just been like a culture shock almost. You transformed this program. And the last thing I would like to touch on is your father was a Division II coach.
Yes.
And so I want to ask you, when it came to your coaching, did you incorporate some of what your father did, or did you look towards other people and other sources in your coaching style?
Yeah, I probably got a lot from my dad. Of course, he coached in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, up to I think he retired in 91 from coaching. So I used to run some of the stuff that he ran, but I didn't the last 20 years or so. He ran a lot of, the game's changed a little bit. It's evolved, spread the floor out a little more. He ran a lot of sets, and which we did too, but we also, especially the last, I'd say 8-10 years, we ran a lot of dribble drive where we let guys make plays and didn't try to restrict it too much, and allowed them to learn and practice and then just play in the games freely without looking at the bench all the time. So I changed my coaching a little bit through the years, but my dad won. Always liked Rick Pitino's teams at Kentucky when he was at Kentucky, and I grew up in Kentucky. And Pat Riley, when he coached the Lakers, I watched them a lot.
Pat Riley's probably my favorite coach. I'm a little biased as a Heat fan. But.
Yeah, that's right. But so I've taken a little bit. Coaches steal from all coaches, and then you end up with, you want to play a certain style, and we always tried to play fast when I coached at Oak Hill, but to do that, you got to play defensive rebound. So you got to spend a lot of time teaching those things in practice, not just taking quick shots, but you got to defend and rebound so you get out in transition, and that's how you play fast.
Definitely. I think this Oak Hill game, I mean, we've seen it on display here with the amount of steals just getting the fast
they're turning Bull City over, and they're getting easy buckets and
easy
open
buckets.
Threes, and much easier to score when you're turning somebody over.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful work of offense. And that was legendary coach Steve Smith providing us with a little bit of wisdom. Coach, thank you so much for your input and your wisdom.
Anytime.
Enjoy the second half.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. So
yep.